Alright, I'm going to be brief this time. Not really a lot to talk about in the entertainment world this week. I know the Super Bowl's going on, but talk about that next week. First, I want to wish happy retirement to Andy Pettite. I guess our rotation's going to stink this year. I don't even with him, I'm not sure how good it was going to be. But hey, you've earned a retirement, so happy retirement to you, Andy. As you can see, I've got my World Series of Poker jacket on, and again the poker gear. This year it's going to be 58 events. Starts at the end of May. I recommend anybody go, even if you just watch poker on TV. If you don't have to play, obviously. I think it's one of the most interesting things to see. Just the huge amount of crowds and everything that it draws. I played in a couple events last year. Didn't do too well, but again, first time playing this in that big of an environment. I didn't do that bad, but I'm going to play in a couple more events this year. Again, there's 58 events this year, one more than last. They took out the charity tournament. I'm not sure why. I guess they weren't getting enough. I don't know if they weren't getting enough people or what. But I got to see Matt Damon and Don Cheadle and a couple of who else was there? Jerome Bettis, Evander Holyfield. There's a lot of celebrities playing that. So, but again, I recommend it just to, even for the casual poker fan. If you're going to go out to Vegas, go out during that time and just go there and just witness just how many huge numbers of people are there. And even though the internet poker is down because of the government blocking everything, the actual people that show up, the physical number of people that show up to the World Series seems to grow, and I think this year it'll still grow a little more. That's as far as that goes. That's all I have there. My main focus of this one today, of the show today, is the AskMen.com 99. They do this every year. They've done this every year for about 10 years now. Maxim does it, FHM does it, or they did. I don't think that magazine exists in the U.S. anymore. I think it's only a British magazine now, but they still do their top 100 women, and AskMen.com does the top 99, and they're doing celebrities and who they think are the hottest. I don't know where they AskMen.com calls it the most desirable. I don't know what their criteria is. I wish that these places, the Ask.com, the AskMen, the Maxim, I wish they would hire me to do this job, because I know I'm not an expert by any means, but I think I can. The list of people is just ridiculous. Number one, Blake Lively at number one on this AskMen.com. I don't see it, and I don't know if it doesn't seem like they're basing it just off of how hot their career is going right now, because they always put Kelly Brook in the top 30. What has Kelly Brook ever done in her career? I really don't know what the criteria is, but I can tell you what I would do. First of all, eliminate supermodels, because they're walking stick figures. They walk up and down a runway and model off clothes. That doesn't take any talent, and most of them are not that attractive. They're a few sandwiches short of 100 pounds. So I would eliminate them, and I would really go through. I mean, I wouldn't even necessarily base it off of what their career is like, because Halle Berry is always on this list. That she's really way down on the list this time. I'd put she should be, until she's 60 years old, she should be in the top 20. And there's so many names left off. I could go through the list of names left off alone. Where's Jennifer Aniston's not on this list. Reese Witherspoon's not on this list. I mean, Jennifer Love Hewitt's not on this list. Sarah Michelle Gellar's not on this list. I could go on for hours about who's not on this list and should be, and whether their career is stalled or not. These chicks are much hotter than some of the ones that is, so many no names that I don't even know. Who's Nicki Minaj? I don't know who that is. And I looked. I didn't see anything that special about her. Somebody named. I looked through the list. I don't have it. they don't post. You have to go click on it one at a time, so you can't actually see a whole list of all 99 at once, or otherwise I'd be running through them. But things that just jumped at my head. Pixie Lott. There was a human being with the name of Pixie Lott. Never heard of her. And if I hadn't seen it with my own eyes, I wouldn't have thought she was a human being. I was like, who comes up with that name? You're telling me she's hotter than Jennifer Aniston? No. And I think she was higher. She's higher on the list than Halle Berry. You think she's higher than Halle Berry? No. I could go without even looking at her. I could just by the name. I don't get it. The sports stars. The only sports star they had, at least that I could tell, was Maria Sharapova. Natalie Gomez isn't hot. Where is she? Paula Creamer's not hot. And I would recommend going to the WWE website and look at the divas. There's a huge, I mean, out of all of them, just about 95% of them are attractive. So, again, hire me. I'll go over this list. I'll make it a lot better. Of course, I've left out, and another thing I've left out, country music may have the hottest genre of women that there is. And Taylor Swift is the only one that makes this countdown. I could go on for hours about that. I mean, even the elder stateswomen of the group, the Rebas, the Martina McBride, Faith Hill, they're much hotter than anything I've seen on this list. And the TV category, go on the chicks from Vampire Diaries, where that's a hot show too. How is that not? If they're basing criteria off the hot career, I don't know where they are. Where's Kaylee Cuoco? Big Bang Theory's the biggest show on television, arguably. So where is she? Where the two girls on Chuck are hot. The two girls on How I Met Your Mother are hot. I don't get it. And in fact, as far as the top 10 goes, the only one in the top 10 that I think is worthy of being there was Anne Hathaway. Of course, I'm still leaving off my number one choice. If I had a number one choice, it would be, without a doubt, it would be Carrie Underwood. And I got a visual proof as my wallpaper here. If that right there is not hot, then I don't know what is. So. Make sure this works. All right, camera's still there. So I would say ultimately, let me decide. In fact, don't even let the people who run the magazine get outside opinions. I don't know if they're getting outside opinions or not. So I would recommend let the actual people decide, not the people who run these magazines or websites, because they have no sense. And that's my 2 cents worth on that. Sorry for ranting on that. Lastly, just wanted to recap the Royal Rumble. Glad to see Booker T. I wish I had actually read about. I read the wrestling news after my last video last week. I wish I had read beforehand, because I would have known about Booker T and Diesel showing up at the Royal Rumble. But that was actually that was fun. I'm disappointed that they didn't get more airtime on there. They should have been. The total they lasted about 4 minutes between the two of them. That's ridiculous. I knew they weren't going to win, but give them a little more airtime than that. Huge chance, and that's why Booker T was on SmackDown now as an announcer Friday, or a commentator. I'd give him a B rating as his first job commentator. I mean, he obviously nervous, I guess, at the beginning, and he didn't say a lot until later on. Once later on, he got the hang of it and was moving along nicely. But as far as the Royal Rumble goes, still I think you could have done it with 30, not 40. I didn't think that was necessary. I don't mind Alberto Del Rio winning. It's better than John Cena, even though we know Cena's probably going to win this Elimination Chamber and face The Miz for the title anyway. And I'm not even going to get into Jerry Lawler headlining a pay-per-view in a title match. No point in talking about it. Only other thing, Royal Rumble was... I give it like a B- or C+ rating. We could have used one more match, I think, like Daniel Bryan, John Morrison U.S. title match. But what are you going to do? And as far as this February 21st promo with the guy in the trench coat, somebody leaked that it was the Undertaker. Somebody that either works for wherever Raw is being hosted that night, or for newspapers or something. Somebody leaked it was going to be the Undertaker. So maybe Vince leaked it on purpose to swerve everybody. Could be Sting. There's rumors that he's signed. No proof so I won't jump to conclusions on that. Could be Triple H for all we know. Could be Awesome Kong. It could be anybody. Undertaker doesn't need. Undertaker's returned from injury about a zillion times, and he doesn't really need a promo to promote his return. Just turn out the lights and turn him back on, and there he is. That's it for this week. If anything exciting next week happens, I'll let you know. But again, Super Bowl, we'll see how exciting that is. See you next week. Adios.